This video is for a hyper-specific person. You are going to know if it is for you because you'll feel it. Just when you thought that you weren't seen and you weren't felt and no one understood, videos come across your timeline like this to let you know that you are. There are no coincidences. The level of pain that you have been living in surrounding a person that you love or a persons that you love that took you through a smear campaign of a lifetime has been eating your soul alive, it feels like. You went through a smear campaign, you went through narratives being spun and created about you that were 100% false, completely diabolical in nature, and that tore you down. Your name was lied on, gossiped about, talked about, you were laughed at, that screenshots were being shared. There were long conversations about you that had no truth. And it was by people or a person that you never thought would do it to you. You loved them so much, you were there for them, you supported them. And this happened, friend, because you know too much. You've seen too much. You see, you are such a light that your light exposed lies and untruths that people have been living with most of their lives, and you called it out. You saw it very clearly and you said something, because that's what love does. It also offers correction. It is truthful, and you stood on that. Even if it meant that that person or those persons might have been upset with you or felt a way about you, you said something because it wasn't right. And you paid dearly for this, friend. You see, these persons, that person has such a demonic program on them, with them, that rather than them being able to clearly see that you spoke up and you said something because you had their best interest in mind and truly wanted them to heal and not harm others with their actions, they couldn't see that. They saw this as an attack. They saw you standing up for what was right and saying something as a threat to the lies that they live with. The character that they put on of kindness, of righteousness, God-fearing, healer, beautiful, loving, light-filled person, you saw past all of that, and you also saw their shadow. And you called that out, just in the way that you call your own self out, friend. You're not a person that has these expectations for others that you don't live by. You're a person that's genuinely a light. You live in the truth. And you're also a person that has some truths about you that you're not ashamed of and that you're open about. But that's not who this person is, and that's not who these persons are. Because what they do, who they truly are, and what they live with, they know that if the public were to know, it would completely disrupt everything for them. Because the character that they've put on to show the world that they are like you allows them to get certain benefits. And if they were truly found out, they would lose all of that. They would lose their support, they would lose that false sense of identity, and because they don't know who they are behind that character, because they know who they are behind that character, and you know who they are behind the character that they put on, they absolutely hated you for it. See, a person who is evolved, a person who is committed to doing their work, a person who is connected to God would say, wow, you're right, this hurts. Thank you for bringing this to my awareness. Let me have several seats and work on this thing. But that person resented your light. Friend, you're living in the aftermath of this. They ran your name through the mud. You've taken a lot of L's by being silent. Here's the word for you. You had to see this, friend. You had to see that this person, these persons are not your friend, are not your people. You see, greatness requires greatness also to be around it. And this person has little to no character. And God allowed them to be exposed so that you could see that. People that are committed to misunderstanding you, people that are committed to believing lies and not using critical thinking and putting two and two together and listening with discernment to really understand and know what was there, what is there, are also not your people. And because you move the way that you move, friend, you've taken a lot of L's in silence. You haven't cleared up anything that people have heard. You let people have their lies. Oh, the favor that's upon your life. Every time now, these people say anything about you, it is going to be translated into currency in your life, into wellness, into opportunities, into beauty. Why? Because you are genuinely a light. And we always attract and keep what we truly are, not what we pretend to be. So yes, they took you through a smear campaign, all in an effort to silence you and to discredit you and to protect and cover up their lies. Thank God they are no longer in your life anymore. And the persons, this is for one of you, that they replaced you with, that person now has someone like that on their hands and is dating, married to, in partnership with a person with that character. And you're not. You won.